Okay, here's the setup. Instead of explaining each gadget individually and why they are placed there, I'm going to explain the whole philosophy so we can move on with the video faster. The whole philosophy is that first they reinforce the two hatches and they want to extend horizontally. Why you should extend horizontally? Because most of the times when you extend horizontally, either you can't hold the site easily because there's a soft destruction there, or attackers can take site easily, or you just want to extend so uh, you take so you can hold somewhere where attackers have trouble, and you want to hold the entrances to site, which you see as is here. They are holding all three. There's no other way to enter the site. Now they're extending horizontally to kinda the armor throne, and it's kinda armor throne defense like all over again. You are defending maintenance wall while somebody is barrels watching for the main stairs and all of this line of sight that anybody playing barrels can have. They also reinforce this height, so if they want to rotate after this wall is open, or just if somebody wants to hold barrels, they can do that. And that's it. So they want to extend horizontally. The side kinda becomes armor throne. If you don't take armor throne, you're gonna have a hard time pushing side unless maybe you use zinc or smokes to cut off sidelines and just rush for the site. Let's see what happens in the actual game. Okay, this is the action phase. I skipped a bit as most of the first seconds of the round is just attackers droning and pushing, getting into the building. Castle dies to 90, which is not a good start. This is 90 on the bottom floor, not here on upstairs. Now what attackers are going to do is they're probably going to clear out the whole top floor, open split hatch because they don't have a much hard breaching capability as they didn't bring Thermite and Thermite is banned. So they're gonna go for hatch, then they probably maybe open back lab wall and just go for side execution. If breaching charge, pressure anybody playing in lab and in lab. It's not that important vertical pressure on drug, because if you take lab, it's easy to take drug too, or storage as the game wants to call it. Now, after you open the split hatch first, it's just by only opening it, it puts some pressure on defenders as they don't as they think if they want to push, they have to watch out for anybody playing on a split hatch, even if nobody is playing on a split hatch by attackers. What attackers are gonna do right now is, as you see, Zofia is gonna push barrels, watching the rotation from front to split, and probably Nomad on yellow stairs watching this exact rotation that you see. So if those two in mind, is 2v1 with Warden only on site and two of them pinned down. Of course the attackers don't know that still until they drone, and as you see Ying is droning, which now proves that there's only one on site. Now Nomad kills Cade, which either wanted to rotate or take gunfight to Nomad, which lost. Now it's a 2v1. Hibana needs to plant, and there's probably no intel for Legion. So what he's gonna do is just to peek and face check. You gotta fast pick and pre-fire a lot in this kind of situation. Or maybe uh, like him, make a hold so it prompts attackers to uh, shoot their guns, and the bullet traces gives away their position. What I don't like Ying did is you gotta position yourself in a way that you don't uh, that if like Ying dies, there's a refrag after that. As I said, you don't want to give the one clutching a 1v1 gunfight. As in a clutch situation, as I told you before, you gotta look for a 1v1 gunfight. Now you guess the other player too, and he's defusing, which I think, yeah, he can defuse. Okay, this is round 10 on Clubhouse. This is an example of why you shouldn't plant on default spot, which is here for this site every round. As you see, SSG are holding registers and cache, while Vigil and Doc are holding workshop and bedroom, and also main source. Now, what the whole strategy of SSG was is to try to deny plant and retake site. As the name suggests, retaking site is after attackers take control of site, either by using C4 to deny plant or just by playing aggressively to maybe flank garage right now, or even push from these two doorways to retake site and gain back control of site. Now what EUnited can do is to smoke and fireball these two spots and plant either beyond the reinforcement wall or as they did here. I'm not a fan of here because still you can pre-fire the smoke, which Jaeger may or may not do, and kill anybody planting here. So if you can plant here, this would be better, but it's also there's a count here because maybe Warden can hear that someone is planting close to reinforced wall. So depending on how you hold this door, you can plant either here or here. Let's see what United does. As I said, they plant close to bridge. First are droning the positions of Jaeger, Warden and Bandit. Also, I want to note that you don't see Zofia here, but Zofia is holding the flank on lounge and main stairs. They opened the lounge wall as SSG reinforced lounge wall, so they could have a safe room to deny plant. And after Fairmight opens that wall, the room is not safe because of the angles attackers can have. Now, if defenders had intel, this wouldn't have been a good plant spot. But because Echo is banned and they banned Maestro and Valkyrie, the only intel gathering gadget that you can have is bulletproof camera, which none of the attackers except Doc can bring, I think, or even Vigil. Now let me analyze what happened. Okay, first I don't know how, but maybe Doc pushed. Let's see, Doc pushing lounge. No, Doc didn't push lounge, so I don't know how Zofia died to Vigil. It wasn't a refrag scenario, and they still could take site. Now I like what Warren does and Bandit. Bandit and Warren push the players here to refrag. It would have been better like to if Vigil could have pushed from these two sides. This is a good decision, although we know this is not the best decision because Capital is playing rafters, but If they're Intel, it was a good decision. And their Intel was nobody was playing there. Now I want to note that after killing Vigil, Capital prioritized his gunfight for Bandit, because if he kills or just survives for a few seconds uh, on the gunfight he has with Bandit, even Bandit, if Bandit kills Sledge, I think, or Thatcher, you can, sorry, Capital, even if Bandit kills Capital, you can still win the round by time.